What's up, YouTube? Today I'm going to be discussing Hogwarts Legacy, and I'm going to just go on and put the disclaimer out there. This is going to be another one of those elephant in the room videos. I was not originally planning on doing an elephant in the room video, but yeah, some things came to light to me while I was researching this game, and the reason I was looking into the game was because I wanted to know what it was that had a lot of my friends, checking it out, like what was it about the game that was so appealing to them. So I decided to look into it myself, and I came across a few things that I found rather disturbing, and I'm going to show you guys a clip. It's going to be a combination of two clips. The second part is what I actually came across first, and then I ended up coming up with this follow up that, for whatever reason, showed up in my YouTube search. And I'm going to actually address what is said in these clips and discuss some of the things going on in the community right now, and basically just throw a little bit of common sense out there for those who seem to lack it. So, you guys check this out, and I'll be right back.
It's a topic that won't seem to die, so let me make something very clear. If you buy the Hogwarts Legacy game, you are contributing to transphobia. Even if you consider yourself an ally, even if you yourself are trans, you are contributing to transphobia. And that is not an opinion, it's a fact. J.K. Rowling, both through the words she says and direct financial contributions, is signal boosting and enabling multiple groups and individuals who are actively pushing for the stripping away and restricting of rights of trans people, especially in the UK right now. And it's working. If you pay for that game, you're contributing to that. Rowling has made it very clear she believes every penny of the residual checks that she gets to be proof that people support her and are fine with what she's doing. And no matter what other rationalizations you have, I'm supporting the devs, I just really love this universe, that's fine, but you are also contributing to transphobia. Although note I said, if you buy it, not if you play it. There's a debate to be had about big streamers, whether they should be boosting it, but for your average person, if you find a way to get it without paying for it, well,
we have streamers who are afraid that they're going to lose their jobs if they play a new transphobic Harry Potter game, right? That they're saying that the mob is going to come after them for playing a game that I guess is themed after Harry Potter, which was written by J.K. Rowling. So therefore, the game itself is transphobic. You have big time streamers like Chink Yogurt's nephew, Hassan Piker, literally like scared of the mob canceling him for playing a game. Take a look.
Flip up, and now it's like whatever. I'm almost like thinking of just like either going offline or like I'm barely into the second combat here, and every time I look at chat, it's just the conversation is just like
maybe we can do like
bothering
a
me.
be right back, like a little break or something.
You can take a break if you want. I'll just stop talking and I'll just go fight and do the combat.
The only reason why I'm not playing this game, and I know a bunch of other people are not playing this game, is because we know that it's not worth it to get fucking bullied endlessly and called transphobic endlessly in when we have massive queer communities and audiences. That's it. Everybody knows, everybody fucking knows how much leftist motherfuckers love to chirp on the internet. They got no power. All they do is chirp, chirp, chirp. And that's precisely why so many fucking people that would otherwise like play it, maybe even raise money for, charities or whatever, they're not doing it. I knew that this was going to happen. That's why I wanted to set it up ahead of time. I got fucking yelled at endlessly and relentlessly on my alt account. Like they were making it seem like I was already transphobic for even thinking about this. And now look at that.
Yeah, so that might be probably the most unmasculine or non-masculine thing I've ever heard in my life. Okay, you got a whole grown-ass man who plays video games for a living, by the way. Quite literally afraid to play a video game because he's afraid of the mob. He's afraid of being called transphobic. And then he goes to claim that this mob doesn't have any power, except apparently they do, because they literally have this man by the balls, okay, to the point where he's afraid to play a video game. I've never seen anything like it. Again, for such a small group of people right? Like what, 1% of the population, if that. Um, they do have society by the balls. Society as a whole is bending to the 1%. And you see it every single day. And I think stuff like this is really a prime example of what I'm talking about. You can't even play a video game without being afraid of being labeled transphobic. I mean, I kind of want to play the game just so that I can be called transphobic, even though I don't play video games.
Okay, now I'm going to address the first part of the video. And the first part in regards to that has to do with JK. I'm going to point out a couple of facts. JK Rowling is a grown-ass woman. You don't owe anybody crap. Okay? What she does with her money is her business. What her political beliefs or whatever her beliefs are, that's her business. She has a right to, whether she's right or wrong, that's not for me to say, but it is her right to have whatever opinions, viewpoints that she can have. She's allowed to have that the same as you or I are allowed to have our viewpoints. Just because she wrote a series does not make her any different than anybody else in that regard. The other point of fact is JK created an entire universe that is basically almost as large as Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. Has a big fan base. Everybody's into Harry Potter. Harry Potter has been a thing for years. You got a lot of people that did those movies that aren't on the JK train, even though JK made every single solitary one of them money. In fact, they wouldn't even be a thing if JK had never wrote that series. JK made them millions of dollars, made a lot of people millions of dollars. People who have financed and donated to your cause. So thereby, JK in a roundabout way helped finance your cause. So that's also something you need to consider because that is a point of fact. Now, another point of fact. Last I checked, promoting piracy is very illegal. And in my opinion, and they will probably get away with it just because of this being a political situation. But I've been banned on forums for just even joking about things like that. Yet we have an individual here who can basically get on YouTube and say, go out and pirate this $60 to $70 game. That way JK doesn't get any money from her residuals. Which leads me to the next point of fact. Even if JK did not get a single solitary dime from this game, all of you out there who are crying over this, understand something. You are not making a single solitary dent in the world of JK. JK would be fine with or without this game. This is a woman who has already made her millions. She's made her money. What she decides to do with her money is up to her. I'm pretty sure this video game is not the only game in town for this lady. So, while you're sitting here talking about supporting this game is transphobia, understand something. You look like idiots. And you all need a sign. And this is my sign for every single solitary last one of you. Common sense is like deodorant. The people who need it the most never use it. You are not hurting JK. You are not even a blip on this woman's radar. None of us are. Understand that. This woman has her own thing going. She has her own jam going. She is not worried about what you're boycotting in regards to her video game. She's had little to nothing to do with this game, to my understanding. As far as this game goes, JK probably makes a little bit of extra change for, and when I say change, I'm using that term loosely, for having wrote the books. I'm pretty sure a good majority of that is going to Warner Brothers, those who actually developed it, so the developers, the publishers, all of those, the money is going to them for creating the game. Now, that having been said, let's discuss the topic of transphobia just for a quick second here. This game is anything but. In fact, it is sparked a controversy on the forums where both sides of the coin are nasty towards each other. It has the whole they them pronouns. There's a Sheila during the quest that makes a point to let you know that she's got to get back to her missus. And you can actually swap the male voices on your characters. You can make a character with a male character with a female voice, or vice versa. So they pretty much went out of their way to cater to all groups under that whole umbrella of what is it, inclusivity. They went out of their way to do that. In fact, I feel like they probably went above and beyond the Call of Duty. So this game is anything but. And from what I've looked at on it so far, it looks like it's quite an enjoyable game. But yet you have knuckleheads on both sides, to such a point that you've got racial slur, well, every kind of slur being thrown out there, whether it's racial, gender, or whatever. And people are just having to go at each other, to the point I had to actually leave the forums for a couple of days because I just got tired of watching that crap. And I'm pretty sure the moderators took a break because, amazingly enough, there were a lot of threads with certain words that I can't show on YouTube that actually made it past censorship and lasted probably a good hour, maybe better. They were about 29 pages in when I caught it. And there were like 3 or 4 different similar threads with identical names, using words that you know good and damn well you have no business typing out here on a Steam forum. Now, I can sit there and argue, pushing politics in a game or whatever, it's probably not the way to go because, as usual, it will spark a controversy like that, so that is to be expected. But the topic that I actually want to address today is the bullying. The bullying, I kind of sort of see where Homeboy in the video was coming from. Only for me, it's the bullying. I don't really care what somebody calls me. For me, it's just the idea of bullying. Because what you do, and this isn't the first time something like this has happened. It's happened with Tabletop Simulator over the global chat. We had issues with Dead by Daylight over the Claudette mask. And the only difference between those two situations is that it was a big poop show over in the Tabletop Simulator community. I give credit to the Dead by Daylight community because they actually were fairly civil considering the situation. Like, I was literally able to give an outside perspective without getting ganged up on and attacked. Not so much with Tabletop Simulator. So I kind of have an idea where these streamers are coming from and why they wouldn't want to have to deal with it. But at the same time, You have to stand up to bullies and any group of people. It doesn't matter who you are. You don't have the right to tell people what they can and cannot play. Because there, by definition, what you are essentially trying to do, what you're attempting to do, is take away their freedom of choice, their civil rights. And those of you that are on board with that program, every single solitary last one of you, including cancel culture, can go screw yourselves. And as a result, a game that I was not going to purchase, guess what? You got it. I decided to purchase that shit. I decided to purchase it. I even went for the deluxe edition and caught it 20 minutes before the pre-order ended to get the full meal deal package. Because I absolutely despise bullies. I cannot stand bullies. And I do not like when any group of people think they can just push anybody around and get their way. You do it with corporations. You've done it with individuals. Now you're trying to do it with streamers. And when streamers want to cry, that they're being oppressed, everybody wants to bend knee. Case in point, like I mentioned, the Dead by Daylight scenario, that situation with the Claudette mask. But see, now when it's, a certain group of people, we all know who you are. When you do it, everybody's supposed to what? Just take it? Nah, I don't think so. Life don't work that way. So, as a result, a game that I was not going to buy, I decided to purchase, and even more so, I'm going to go the step further in support of all the streamers out there. Once I download this game, make sure it runs well on my rig, I'm going to do a Let's Play series myself on the game. In support of all the streamers that have to sit here and put up with your entire crap. So, good job. You made J.K. Rowling, the woman that you actually hate, more money. And all you had to do was shut up. All you had to do was shut the hell up. But you're not that intelligent, so you made her more money. Anyway, that's my opinion on the situation. I think everybody needs to take it down a notch. And this is another prime reason why politics and gaming absolutely do not mix. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe. Take care. Stay safe, everybody.